So, okay, Keroppi ended up posting a world map video. We're going to go ahead. We're going to hop into this. See what up. See if I agree. See if I can think of any ideal. Because any ideals I have for a possible world map, as such as giving us the ability to build a ship, put an NPC out in the wild, so we can start doing quests to build up reputation with cities. So in city giving us certain item, making AC scratch items into normal drop item beyond 1 or 2. As in, like, once AC scratch go away, them items appear to be dropping from areas, and then like maybe giving players the ability to sell in general, get rid of the auction house recruits. See, this is the thing. This is the thing about the world map for me. Like, everything I would want on the world map would involve Sega doing stuff they never gonna do. Beyond, of course, obvious mining rig, housing, and Luster next year.
We're going to be talking about my predictions for the NGS headline. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily. So if you do play this game, I would really appreciate to subscribe, as it really helps out the channel.
Subscribe to Keroppi,
anyway,
chat.
Without further ado, let's begin the video.
Cause I'm curious to see like if any ideal beyond like giant changes.
So we're going to jump straight into this. The first
like
thing I want to talk about are the things that are confirmed. So the first thing is, yes, we are guaranteed a new roadmap. They literally tell us in the YouTube description below that we are going to get a teaser of a new boss that is coming out in February. It's a colossal sized boss. But if you completed the Steel Line storyline, you would have known that obviously it's going to be Dark Falls rank 3 or whatever, the second rematch fight or whatever we're going to call it. So we are going to be able to fight Dark Falls again. There's a continuation to that fight. I am very excited to see what mechanics
because the way it ended, that obvious what it is.
Because if you've noticed, in the Steer region, a lot of the boss fights here have added mechanics. It's not as simple as the old urgent quests, such as the Alio region, where it's literally just DPS the boss until it dies. Now there's actual mechanics that they're slowly introducing into the game. So I'm fully expecting this boss fight to be a lot more mechanically challenging compared to all of the other boss fights. Sure, you could probably DPS it down and just ignore all mechanics. However, I'm sure if you actually do the mechanics, it's going to save you a bunch of time and you'll be a lot more efficient while taking these bosses down. Now the next thing that is confirmed is...
Which, by the way, I will add here, is... I think right here, one of the things Keroppi just pointed out, of being able to defeat them faster. I feel like this is going to be one of them cases, I don't know, maybe this is just me, who, you know, don't care about the whole meta of killing something as fast as humanly possible, because for me, if it dies, it dies. I don't care how long it takes, especially in this type of content, which is, you know, how Origin Quest outside a certain event have only been like one time only per Origin Quest. Well, in bait PSO, you could do it. Most of them, I want to say you could do what, like twice, or some of the other ones, like you could do as many as you could, you know, get in the 30-minute timer. So I could see, for me at least, mechanically, without the mechanic actually end up being fun, but let's be honest, any right now, and then even the Thea boss, and most of them are just like, oh, hit a limb, body part fall, pick up, throw at it, whatnot. You know, nothing. Mechanic, yes, but nothing to any, like, crazy extent. So, in one hand, either they need to make it where the mechanics are actually fun to do, or, on the other hand, actually make doing mechanic killing it faster play into something. Might it be, like I have talked about before, with like leaderboard, maybe have like a silver-wide leaderboard that you can compete in for speed ones. Maybe have a habit where like the faster you defeat the boss is the higher rewards you get. Have certain rewards actually finally tied to our ranking system, which, let's be honest, ranking system is pretty much nothing more than like cosmetics in some ways. Allow us to know, like, going into it being like, hey, if you get like S rank, you can get all the item. B rank, get all the item. Instead of being like a random pool, let it know what we are doing, which in return will motivate more so to do that. Or on the other hand, if Sega want to be, you know, semi-lazy about this, and instead of, you know, better loot table, better, you know, fun, like stuff to do in the fight that actually more fun, just be lazy and just allow it to do more of it. You know, it'd be like, hey, you got 30 minutes, go. See how many you can get in, just like bait PSO. I feel like that would make the fight way more interesting, because we have seen like what quote unquote fun like mechanics are with like Dartfall. Dartfall is still easily the bet boss or bet bot fight in PSO, like bar none. But at the same time, you know, it still is what it is. You can still DPS it, and you know, obviously avoiding, dodging. If you're not worried about dying, or you're strong enough where you're out level where you're doing 1 HP, it doesn't really matter anymore. So yeah, without they give up the ability to do it multiple times to farm up like the augment, whatever, or give a proper loot table, or build actual fun fight, like, you know, I don't have much faith in fully going mechanic over DPS. Because, you know, once again, if it literally only take like, oh, you beat the ball 30 seconds faster, whoop-de-doo, you know, and not like we were doing anything. What are we going to do? We're going to beat the ball in like 2 minutes and then just go back outside and just go back to wanting purple triggers, bombing materials, you know, like, there was no, like, exciting reason to be there to do battle beyond, like, maybe, like, hey, I need to get this done because my food might be burning, you know? Either way.
Of course, the roadmap. We will get a roadmap for next year, starting from February onwards. So it's strange that they're not including January. However, the reason I think they're not including January is because in the NGS headline, they're literally just going to tell us what's new in January. Now, I do recommend you guys to keep a low expectation for January. I do not think they're adding anything too crazy in the month of
seasonal
January.
Event.
I'm pretty sure it's just going to be another seasonal event. So that is the New Year's seasonal event.
That is
Why this current seasonal event, the one that we have for December, you may have noticed that the event shop is really barren. There's nothing really in the event shop, and on top of that, there's no maintenance coming on January 3rd. So I don't think the Christmas event shop is actually going to be updated. They're literally just going to roll in the New Year's seasonal update, and that's just going to go on top of the Christmas update. That's what I think is going on. They're just going to stack it on top of each other.
I agree with that.
And the main reason I say this is because it is currently Christmas in Japan. And this means that the developer team is on vacation. They literally have like a 4-week vacation where, yeah, they're not here. They're not going to be in the
who am I kidding? We know we're going to have that kind of vacations over here in the West. Never mind.
Office. They're not going to be working on updates or anything. They're having family time. And this is pretty much the only time where the developers get like a substantial amount of time to just relax and unwind and actually spend time with their families instead of just overworking themselves to death in the office. So in my personal opinion, I say, you know what? They deserve it. I'm not going to die if I have 4 weeks of no content in NGS.
We got Final Fantasy 11 to play in the meantime.
Anyway, you know, we've been conditioned for like what, the past 2 years of just drip feeding. So come on guys, 4 weeks, let the developers have their time off. They're gonna just rest up. They're gonna have a good time with their family, catch up, all that stuff. And in game, you know, it's not gonna be very crazy. We're just gonna have a seasonal event of some sort. I bet your butts we're gonna get a bunch of easy scratches again. And it's just going to be pretty much on life support mode until we get the big update in February, where we're going to get the new Dark Falls fight. We're probably going to get some...
I'm calling it now. It's not going to be Darkfall. It's going to be Mining Wig, and then Darkfall going to be in March. That's where I'm putting my money.
Sort of gun/teaser. I don't think it's going to come in February because they like to stagger their updates. So in January, we are getting the New Year's seasonal event. However, on top of that, we are also getting the expansion of Stia. So it might not be a very big expansion. We're probably just going to get the extra combat zone. They did confirm that in a tweet, I believe, or on their official forums. I forgot where they did it, but they did confirm that we are getting a new combat zone in January.
Yeah.
So, you know, that could be some sort of incentive that's quote unquote new content, I suppose. But just, you know, January is pretty much going to be pretty bare bones. There's nothing too crazy about that. February is...
I guess my question here would be, now thinking about it, if, let's say the new battle sector is January, what is going to be the point of it? Because obviously the only thing I could think of off the top of my head would be like maybe a new weapon series, maybe the IPE variants or something of the weapon, because they're like, because even right now in a Thea, like, what? Most people going after the new gun series is what, mainly purple triggers, and then for the battle sector, like, outside of seasonal point, they'll really wease into it. So I feel like one of them cases that, like, when we get the new battle sector, like, what's gonna motivate the player base to actually go and do stuff there? Because for the most part, without you someone who don't do yellow trigger, or you're new to the game and, you know, you're just going through it, like, I feel like the majority of the player base at that point have already capped out all their classes, and in return, battle sector for leveling will just kind of be pointless. Without, they just gonna go ahead and just wait the level cap, like, like a month, 2 months after the fact to like 75, 80. And then we would just go level from like, 70 to 80 inside of battle sector slap yellow triggers. I don't know. Like, at night that they adding it, it just, I am curious to what extent is it actually going to matter.
It's going to be that new boss fight, of course, Dark Falls, whatever they're going to call it. So we're going to get that. And then in March, they might drop the Gunslash class just to give us a little bit more content.
I don't think so.
A little bit more time. And then in April, I believe.
I still say March is just housing. And then maybe some NPC story stuff. I am not expecting anything beyond that.
I believe this is where the personal quarters and the alliance quarters are supposed to drop, but they did say spring of next year. So I believe sometime in April is when we're going to be able to get access to the personal quarters as well as the alliance quarters. And then in May, we're probably going to get a teaser of what the next big region is, if we go to space, where we're going, all of that stuff.
I still say the net region is just going to be the thing in the sky. The only way that's not going to be the thing in the sky if that should end up being the Darkfall Wing 3 fight. Because other than that, it's like, if we get another big expansion, like, realistically, what I would want, is of course to add a crap ton of content and quests and stories, like, inside of all the region we already have, start, like, building up the regions. But realistically, I don't think they're gonna do that. I'm sadly, I'm with everybody else in here, hope my soul, we will probably either just go to the thing in the sky or hop a spaceship and go off to another planet instead of, actually filling out the content of hop up. So yeah, that is sadly, like, my guess. Like, I would love it if we just spend the next year just elaborating on the area we already have and adding stuff inside that, stories inside that. But I don't think Sega will.
And then in June is the actual big expansion that comes in. And I would not be surprised at all if we got a full gear rehaul. So you know how we currently have like stat 4s and all of that stuff? I wouldn't be surprised if now until June, we just slowly get like stat 5s and then we get like all the other capsules.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then it'll probably just taper off there. But maybe we'll get some higher rarity weapons or armors. But I don't think it's going to be anything crazy upgrade wise. I think they're all just going to be relatively minor upgrades or side grades. And then when we get that big expansion.
Yeah, we will probably start getting like, also probably will start getting like a fix of 5, fix of 6. Enhancing up to give it more augment slot, as well as augment probably bumping up. Yeah, I could see that happening by the end of the year.
In June, I think we're just getting a system rehaul 2.0. I think what's going to happen to all of our gear is it's just going to be obsolete. We're going to go to this new planet, and gear is just going to be totally different there. Maybe our baseline is going to be like 10-star rarity weapons or even 12 stars, and then we're going to max out at like 15 stars. And then the upgrade system is going to be totally different, where you get your baseline weapon, you upgrade that, and then you just build more future weapons.
I don't know if I agree with like that part fully. I would say I could see it the way I foresee them going, which I feel like what they kind of were testing with the whole resale shop, any resale shop, which is Zig. I could see them being like, if we want to go down the way that obviously gonna happen, once again, not ideal on my behalf, but realistically going to alt planet is, on one hand, I don't think Sega gonna change anything, but if they did, like, I could see them when we go to fate, because it's more of a when we go to fate. I could see them being like, if they do not, let's say they do change it, they probably would be like, okay, here you like 1 to 2 tiers of weapon, maybe 3 tiers of weapons, and then every weapon up at that point become a resale shop, where you're gonna have to farm like we did for Kaiser. Like, they would give up, like, a bait weapon, and then that bait weapon, what we will build off of to keep evolving it up to higher tiers. And at that point, I could see, like, anything like weapon drop, armor drop, we could use that fuel, pretty similar to what we always have with, like, gold swords and, you know, silver, like, armor and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, I don't feel like Sega gonna, like, fully make people do that. I feel like it's gonna be the exact same system, and maybe one side weapon that we would do that is similar to Zig or Wiso.
From it, a little bit similar to like base PSO2 near the end game, where we were in like episode 5 and episode 6, where all of our weapons kind of mattered because you needed to collect all of these different weapons to combine them together to upgrade them into like the best of the best. I think they're going to return to that formula. However, they just need a little bit more time to flesh out the system, which is why I think in June we're just going to get a full system rehaul, and basically all of our gear is just going to be pretty much obsolete when June kicks in. That is my prediction.
I don't think it's gonna be completely obsolete.
Right now they're making it like really easy for people to min-max gear right now, because they're like, listen man, you know, you can enjoy all of your maxed out gear until June. That's like a good 6 months, so invest now, you know, dump all your money, whatever, get all the best gear, best in slot, and you're good to go for the next 6 months. And then after 6 months, you know, most people have probably upgraded everything, maxed out everything, and are probably a little bit bored and looking for the next big upgrade, and boom, we're gonna hit them with this huge upgrades.
I feel like Keroppi are being way too much, like, too hopeful on this thing. Like, I get his hopefulness, especially since we got a little bit of proof of it happening with like the zigged up, like what he brought up. But I feel like Keroppi are doing what I did with like my spaceship ideal, you know? Like, I'm still super passionate about my spaceship ideal, but I don't think me and him either one gonna get what we most excited for at all.
System, you know, gear 2.0 or whatever, and everything's gonna be sunshine and rainbows. And that is my prediction for the NGS headline as well as the roadmap. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you guys think?
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video.
Okay, so yeah, I personally think the roadmap, honestly, on my end, especially after hearing Keroppi version, is I'm with him. June is just gonna be holiday. We're just gonna roll into New Year, roll into what, like February, because I think it's 3 events back to back. From there, we will probably, like I say, we will get. I think we will get the new battle sector. We will get. We will get the Darkfall Rank 3, I agree. The question would be, which will we get for? Will we get Darkfall Rank 3, or will we get a Thea mining rig? That is going to be the question here. Which one going to come forth? Because I think we're going to get both of them, obviously. And then beyond that, I think housing is still going to be March. We will not see anything probably about Luthor. Like, at that point, I'm not betting anything from Luthor to, like, March at best. And even then, that will be a T, because Luthor will probably be around June. Because he will probably be tied to the net area. Depending on the Darkfall fight, if we do get a new area that's not leaving the planet, will probably be the play up in the sky. And then I feel like that's probably going to be about it, beyond, of course, you know, a couple more NPC story quests, of course, AC scratches. We will probably get 1 or 2 new weapon tiers added in the meantime. To, you know, if we go by Keroppi ideal of like 10 plus, we will probably get up to roughly 10 before then. And then more than likely, we will probably also see a level cap increase to 75, and then more than likely outside of that is, I think Keroppi owns something about the augment enhancing and a fixing. We'll probably get an update about that, and then beyond that will be a crossover with another video game and another anime. And I personally think that's gonna be the only thing that we're gonna be on that roadmap for the next 6 months, which, you know, sound like a lot, but deep down it's not gonna be that much, all things considered. And then on top of that, we will cap out the mission on the world map with Sega selling Wappy plushie in the U.S. And then I would die a happy man. Just let me give you money, Sega. Come on. I got Luna money. Do you take Luna money? Please just let me buy a Wappy.